Hi guys, how are you doing today? I am Pam, and if this is the first time you've come to our channel, welcome to the Pam FAM. Yes! Over here we like to talk about bougie makeup and bougie fragrances and bougie fragrances and bougie makeup. Yes, I did say that twice, and I think I did that because it bears repeating. Yes, it does. We love it so much. We love fragrances, we love bougie makeup, we love bougie pretty much everything. We just like finding bougie stuff on a budget. B.O.B. Not Bob like the candy, but buying on a budget. So much. Thank you again so much for coming here, clicking that button, walking on in, saying, I want to see what Pam's got going on today. That being said, you heard me call you Pam FAM. That means I consider you family. Yes, I have just adopted you. You can't do nothing about it. You already adopted. Yeah, and I hope you adopted me too, because I can't be an orphan out here. All right, so we adopted each other. What does family do? We hug. Yes, we do. Yes, my dear, we do. So come on in, bring that love over here, because I want some too. Yeah. Hug time. Hugging up. Hug. Yes. My dears, we love hugs over here. You know why? Because, I mean, Corona's out there and we're scared. We're scared to touch other people, or people sneezing on us or anything to that sort. Okay, so we're gonna do virtual hugs for a little while longer. Okay, so my dears, you saw what the title of this video is. That's why you clicked on that button, right? That means that we're going to be talking a little bit about buy this, not that, or if I have this, maybe I don't need that. Yeah, kind of that premise. And we're just going to do a few fragrances today. So if you're interested to see what fragrances I've selected for you to think about, if I've got this, I don't need that, please stay tuned. Welcome back. Thank you very much for sticking here and not walking out the door, not clicking the button and leaving and saying, lady with the red hair crazy, I'm out. Thank you very much. Oh, by the way, the hair color changes frequently. Okay, guys, so again, you see what we're talking about today. The reason I want to do a video like this, to be honest with you, is because a lot of us have in our collections fragrances that are very similar, similar scent story and stuff like that, right? And so I was thinking to myself, I spent a lot of money on fragrances last year, a lot of money on fragrances last year. And partially I told myself, well, it's to review, but a lot of times it's just because I saw other people had those items and I'm like, oh, well, I would like to smell that. But because of Corona, I wasn't able to smell a lot of fragrances, so I did a lot of blind buying. I would say 98% of my collection is, blind buying. So that being said, this year, 2021, I am making a concerted effort to, I mean it, a concerted effort to sample more than I just go, woo, and buying blindly. Although I have about 12 fragrances in my carts from different shopping areas, but we're not going to talk about that today. Okay, so first off, I will say that I was actually in my closet playing around with my fragrances, and I noticed that I had quite a few fragrances that were very similar. And I have a couple that I pulled today because, wow, these fragrances by themselves cost a pretty penny. And I'm like, wow, if I had this already, why did I need to purchase that? You know, I was going through that thought process. That made me think, Pam, you really need to take a true audit of your fragrances and true audit of your samples to determine whether or not you should be buying more than one fragrance, or maybe more than 3 or 4 or 5 fragrances that are in the same scent story, with the same ingredients, with the same basically accords. What I'm going to do when we talk about these fragrances, I'm going to put probably a picture if I don't have a full bottle, but I'm definitely going to be putting the notes on the screen over here for you to see. You know, just look into the fireplace. Look into the fireplace. Yes, look into the fireplace and you'll see the notes. Okay, let's enough playing around. Let's start with the first one. The first one is Hale Bopp, or Hale Bopp by Tiziana Terenzi. Guys, this fragrance is so beautiful. It's on my to buy list. Yes, it is. To buy soon, actually, list. Yes, it is. I'm just waiting on a good price. And I was like, oh, this smells so beautiful. Ooh, this smells nice. I remember when I tested it, notes are going to be up here again for you. When I tested, I was like, ooh, this is right up my alley. Soft, spicy, sweet, ambery. Yes, honey. Yes. But What I noticed is that when I sprayed it on my skin, I was like, this smells very similar to something else I have. Yeah. I'm like, what is it? What is it that it smells similar to? So again, I have just a sample here, right? And I sprayed it 2 or 3 times. This is so beautiful. This was released in 2019 by the Tiziana Terenzi line. Of course, you know Paolo Terenzi is the genius behind all Tiziana Terenzi fragrances. Now, when I smell this again, I smell spicy, warmth, ambery. I want to say a little bit of vanilla and just the sweetness. It literally was the scent stories that I normally gravitate towards. Regardless of what time of the year it is, I tend to gravitate towards these type of fragrances, especially if it has citrus in it. And I'm like, oh my God, Pam, this smells similar. But no, you don't have anything in your collection like this. But then I go, this smells similar. Oh, pretty, pretty, pretty. Pretty scent. Oh my gosh. So I'm like, what does this smell like? And then I was doing my fragrance collection and I happenstance, you ever heard that, happenstance? I happenstance upon this fragrance right here, Shalimar. I'm like, Shalimar? I sprayed Shalimar. I'm like, oh, I don't know if I really love you, Shalimar, because everybody talks about how much you're so pretty and how you're so beautiful and how you're so gorgeous and how you're such a classic. But I'm like, I don't know if you're for me. You smell like kerosene. You smell like petrol. That's what you smell like to my nose. But there is something about this fragrance. Once it sits on my skin, it starts blossoming. I could get a little bit of the sweetness, right? A little bit of spiciness. It's spicy, but I smell petrol and like thick leather initially, until I smelled Hale Bopp by Tiziana Terenzi. I was ready to do away with this bad boy right here. And then I said, let me take a look at the notes. Won't you know it? I'm going to put the notes up on the screen for you, but Shalimar has the same scent story, or quite possibly 80% the scent story of Hale Bopp by Tiziana Terenzi, except it doesn't smell anything like crazy. This is definitely smelling just like Hale Bopp. No, it doesn't smell like that. But it has a similar, it kind of reminds me, you know that song by Mary J. Blige? You remind, I don't know if that's how it goes. You remind me, oh. Yeah, I can't sing. I'm not 𝘗𝐿𝑒 Anyways, guys, so that's what I was thinking, right? When I smell this. And I opened it up again this weekend, and it does give a heavier, thicker notes, right? So it's not exactly the same, but it does have the similar components of the scent story of Hale Bopp. Then I'm like, I'm smelling again. There's something else in my closet. I've smelled this before. I've smelled this before. And I pulled out this tester kit by House of Sillage, and I'm like, there's a men's fragrance in here that I'm really loving, and it is HOS #1. Again, the notes are going to be up on the screen for you, as well as what the bottle looks like. And I'm like, ooh, that smells really good too. It smells very close to it. HOS, or House of Sillage #1, is from the men's line, the men's signature line. And guys, I'm telling you, this is a beautiful fragrance. It's a perfect, in my opinion. It leans more masculine, some people would say, but for me, I thought, oh my gosh, oh, wow, this smells really good. I can wear this. I can definitely wear this. And so I looked at the notes, and the notes boast the same thing: warm, spicy, vanilla, amber, cinnamon, wood. It has similar scent stories and the main accords, just like Hale Bopp, okay, at least 80%, just like Shalimar, at least 80%. But when I sniff it on my skin, I did spray it on my arm earlier, it has a sweeter twang to it. So I'm like, okay, well, I get the scent story, that gumminess though, from the House of Sillage #1, like a sort of gum-like, like a food, like you're chewing something, but not tobacco. I get that with it. So it's not quite like Hale Bopp, right? By Tiziana Terenzi. So I'm like, okay, I know I've smelled this before. What is it? So, gosh, what is it? what is it in my closet that already smells like Hale Bopp? Because I really want this fragrance, and it's not, it's a pretty penny. It's a pretty penny. So I'm like, okay, I know I've smelled similar scent story before. What is there? It's got to be something else. So I went snooping around in my closet. I mean, it's my closet, so technically I'm not snooping. And guess what I found? Bam. Yes, my dears. The House of Sillage. Passion de l'Amour. Yes. Roll that R, baby. Roll that R. Passion de l'Amour. Yes, my dears. Passion de l'Amour by the House of Sillage. It came the closest to Hale Bopp or Hale Bopp or Hale Bopp by Tiziana Terenzi. I was like, oh my gosh. I'm trying not to be too loud, right? Because I get really excited, guys. But I'm telling you, this fragrance has similar scent story. So I pulled it up. It's up here for you to take a look at. And I have the bottle, so I don't have to put a bottle on the screen for you. But oh my God, I keep showing this off because it's gorgeous. Beautiful cupcake. Y'all know I love these cupcakes. Let me tell you, this was the closest to Hale Bopp. And I think it's because this has some elements of fruitiness to it, as does the Passion de l'Amour. So the Passion de l'Amour is fruity, it's sweet, it's spicy, it's warm spicy, it's woody, it's got patchouli, it's got similar elements like the Hale Bopp. What the House of Sillage Passion de l'Amour has in it that Hale Bopp does not have is patchouli. So probably that's where the difference is in the fragrance. But they smell, on my skin, they smell very, very similar. Very similar. This is sweet. This is sweet. This is woody. This is woody. This is spicy. This is spicy. This is a little sensual. Well, no, a lot sensual, as is this one. Heavy hitter, heavy hitter. So the question is, do you need both of these in your fragrance collection? I will say, no, you do not. You don't need both of them in your, do they smell similar? Yes. Similar enough that you don't need both of them, I think. Yeah, you don't need both of them. But I mean, the collector in me wants them both. So I'm still thinking of getting the Hale Bopp, okay? Yeah, they smell similar, but still different. So on one hand, if you have the funds and you want to get Hale Bopp by Tiziana Terenzi, or you want to get Passion de l'Amour, one or the other, I will say this the Passion de l'Amour from the House of Sillage may be a little less expensive than the Tiziana Terenzi because this is in a special line. This is one of the newer releases from Tiziana Terenzi. I think it was released in 2019. It does smell different from the Passion de l'Amour. So when you're looking at should you purchase, I would say, do you need both of them? No. Would you like both of them in your collection? If you're like me, yes. Yes, you would. I think you would, to be quite honest with you. Both are sweet, but once they dry down, the compositions change. That's the case in this situation. I think they stand equally on their own. Do they smell similar? Again, yes, but not similar enough where you don't. Do you need them? No. Should you have them? Yes. Okay. So these are 3 different fragrances. In fact, these are four different fragrances. 4 different fragrances that have similar scent story, similar accords. And if you have the funds, I would say buy them all. If you want, if this versus this or this versus that, or, you know, that type of stuff, then I would say do not get the Shalimar, even though it's a classic, leave it alone. Do not get the House of Sillage, number 1, unless you're a guy, because these can be a little sweet, right? But guess what? For a gentleman, these 2 are also unisex. So if you like sweet and balsamic, I would say, for a gentleman, I would say go with the Tiziana Terenzi's Hale Bopp over the House of Sillage number 1. I would say that. And then get this one here too. And send it to me as a backup. So my dears, I hope you enjoyed this. I was just trying to do something a little different because I know a lot of us have fragrances in our collection that smell very similar. We have lots of vanilla, or we have lots of spice, or we have lots of chypre, or we have lots of, you know, amber, and a lot of them smell the same. So unless you're a collector and you just want to have something I think that, you know, curbing 2021, curbing the spending, right? These are just giving you options if you wanted the same scent story that you can look at testing out. Now, I will say to you guys, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please, please, please consider doing so. Hit that subscribe button. And when you hit the subscribe button to my left, your right, you will see a notification bell. Hit that notification bell because it will let you know every single time I upload a video. And it will also let you know when I'm doing lives. And you want to know what? Our lives are fun. Yes, they are. So please consider clicking that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you'll be notified. Now, you should see some end cards popping up around me or below. One will take you to a playlist and the other will take you to a specific video that either I or YouTube has chosen for you. In addition to that, you'll see a piece of artwork on the screen. Click on that and it'll take you straight to my channel. So click on one of those and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.